Good evening, everyone. Welcome to yet another session of Midweek Magic Club. And thanks for adjusting with the timing from 7:30 to 8 o'clock this time. So Dr. Anila was going through a session, and that's the reason we delayed the session for half an hour. Okay. Regarding the background of Rapidmile, we have been here in the industry for almost 15 years now, and we are the pioneers to take up law of attraction workshops in India. We have been training law of attraction for almost 15 years now. Dr. Anila is a very seasoned trainer and is a law of attraction expert as well as trainer's trainer for us for almost last 8 years now. Uh, Dr. Anila would be the speaker for today's session, and she will be taking us through an important topic, which is very important for everyone as well as for us to apply law of attraction in our life. That is our belief system. Okay, how does our system work? How do our thoughts affect and form those belief systems, and hence create those realities in our life? Yeah, thank you very much, everybody, for being here. Thank you, Dr. Anila. Uh, please go ahead with the session.
Thank you, Shaz. Thank you very much for the warm welcome. And as you all know, I'm sure you all have got the information. We'll be talking about our belief system. Now, I am a medical doctor by profession, and I want to let you know that in my profession, I think more than anything else, we see these beliefs playing out. I will talk about this a little later in greater detail. So, coming to our topic this evening, I want to start with a question to each one of you, and I'd like you to give your answers in the chat, please. What is the population of our planet? How many people live on our planet today? Please type it out. It's all right if you're a little here and there. A few million here and there won't matter. But roughly, how many people live on our planet right now? Yes. Some more numbers, please. Anybody else has some ideas? I expect you all to share, all right? No right, no wrong, no prizes. All right, great. All right. Yes, you all are right. We are over 7 billion people on our planet Earth right now, at this moment. Now, amongst all these people, how many of you think that your personal beliefs matter? Yes or no? Can you please share it in the chat? Do your personal beliefs matter? Lovely. Yes, I want some more answers. Excellent. Excellent. So good to see this. All right. So I believe you all think that our beliefs do matter. If so, who do they matter to? Please answer. Who do your beliefs matter to? I think you all are already punters. I don't need to talk about this anymore. You guys are all great. Fantastic. Yes, our beliefs matter to us. Okay, with that, I would like to extend a very warm welcome and a big thank you to each one of you. Today is Wednesday evening. It's the middle of the week. On top of that, it's 8 o'clock in the evening, probably dinner time for all of you. And yet, you all have taken time to come here, and I appreciate your commitment. I promise you that I will make every moment count for you. I want to make it valuable to each one of you. So what are we going to learn today? Well, we are going to learn about what our beliefs are, how they form, why are they important to us? We all agree they're important, but why are they important to us? And today, by the end of this session, you're going to understand that your beliefs can either help you or they can hold you back. So is everybody ready to learn? If you're ready, please type ready in the chat box. I'm not going to start until you tell me you're ready. Lovely, everybody's ready. Fantastic. Thank you. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. What are beliefs? Let's define them first. So, a belief is nothing but repetitive thoughts. Thoughts that we keep thinking again and again and again. Let me make myself clear. I want you all to imagine you are standing at the edge of a beautiful field. This field is full of fresh, beautiful green grass. Okay, you imagining this? Now, excuse me, you want to cross from this side of the field to the other side of the field. So you set off and you walk across the grass and you get to the other side. Now, if you turn around, what are you going to see? Any ideas? Would you like to share in the chat? What are you going to see if you cross this field once? Don't need to think too much. All right, maybe my question is not clear, but this is what you're going to see. Nothing much. The grass might be a little bit trampled, but nothing more than that. Now, imagine that you cross at the same time, again and again and again and again. Now, mind you, it should be at the same place. Now, what are you going to see? Yes, Juhi, you've hit it. The grass is going to get trampled, it's going to dry out, and you are going to see a path emerging. All right, we all agree on that? You're going to see a path. That is what a belief is like. You cross the field once, it's a single thought. But when you keep crossing it again and again, or in other words, you keep having the same thought again and again, eventually a pathway emerges. Now, next time when you go to that field, what are you going to do? You're going to look for that path and you will make a point to cross that field at that path. That's how it happens with our beliefs. When we are faced with similar situations or circumstances in our life, we will look for that belief and we will make that happen according to our belief. So that is just a little illustration about how beliefs form. All right, everybody clear? Yes or no? You're clear up to now? Only Juhi is clear? That's better. Very good. Now, these thoughts, these repetitive thoughts, where do they get stored? They get stored in something called a wonderful memory bank, the most powerful memory bank on earth, and that is your subconscious mind. All right, so your subconscious mind is where these beliefs are stored. Let's leave that on the side for a little while. How do our beliefs form? When do they form? Now, the answer for that is this. When we are born, just born, our mind is like a clean slate, absolutely clean, nothing written on it. From the ages of 0 to about 7 to 8, they say that our mind is like a sponge. That means everything that is said to it or taught to it goes and gets absorbed and embedded within it. That is why it is at that age that we learn and grow the most. We all know that, isn't it? Now, we also call this programming or conditioning. All right, two other words you're going to hear in reference to this. It's called programming. All those things that are told to us become like a program, very similar to how you would program a computer, and it'll keep running it for you whenever you reach out to it. All right, so now think about it. At that age, who is a person in contact with? Who is that 0 to 7-year-old child in contact with the most? Parents, siblings, caretakers, grandparents, teachers, religious teachers, anybody and everybody who is around that young child are people of influence on that child. At that age, everybody is an influence on you. Also, I'm going to add the media, movies. All these things are influencing that young child and putting thoughts into that child's mind. All right, once again, I'm going to tell you beliefs then, because of repetitive thoughts, go and get stored within our memory bank. Now, there is a very interesting habit that our mind has, and that habit is this, that we go and look for proof or evidence for what we think. Let me give you an example. Let's say a young child is taught that the world out there is very bad and ugly and dangerous. All right. So, how does that mind go and look for proof? Well, in the newspapers, whatever is playing on television, what the adults are speaking about. And mind you, we all know that we hardly speak positive things. We are always telling stories about, did you know there is a virus out there? Did you know so many people got killed today? Did you know that a war is going to break out? These are not positive things, right? But for a mind that is looking for those things that are dangerous, that's the evidence. And this keeps building up until that child grows up to the age and steps out in the world. But steps out with that belief that it's a really bad and ugly and scary world out there. All right. Now, beliefs can be good and beliefs can be bad. What do I mean by this? A good belief is an empowering belief. Understood? Do you understand that a good belief is an empowering belief? Example, if you grow up with the belief that I am beautiful and lovable just the way I am, well, just think about what an empowering belief that can be later on in your life. It forms the foundation for you to have a very high sense of self, a very high self-esteem. Am I right? Do you agree with me? If we grow up with the belief that I'm lovable and beautiful just the way I am, isn't that a wonderful foundation to have? Yes? Of course, you all agree with me. Fantastic. Thank you. On the other hand, there are also some bad beliefs. Now, by bad, what do I mean? Bad beliefs are limiting beliefs. They hold us back. They disempower us. We may have big, beautiful dreams, and yet a belief that is holding us back will stop us from achieving our desires and dreams. Okay? Let me give you an example. Remember, I told you movies and the media have a huge role to play in our belief system. Do you remember that? Okay. All of us grew up watching movies. Could be anything. Hollywood, Bollywood, Tollywood, Collywood, all the woods, isn't it? But we all grew up watching these movies. In that, inevitably, the hero was a poor guy. Poor as in financially poor. And the villain was inevitably the rich guy. Now, what happens? The hero goes and beats up the villain. And by the end of it, the poor hero, who's a good man, defeats the rich villain. Now, that goes inside our mind and forms this connection that good people are poor or poor people are good. Now, let's say you have reached a phase in your life where you would like to improve your financial condition. And yet you have this belief running in the background, this programming or this conditioning that rich people are bad. How on earth are you ever going to be rich? Do you understand? That is an example of a limiting belief, a poor belief, a bad belief. Now, our beliefs are very powerful indeed. In fact, they form the blueprint of our life. I think you can understand that with that example of the rich villain and the poor hero, that they form the blueprint upon which we build our life. Let me tell you a little bit more. Now, I've seen this a lot as a doctor in my clinic and, consulting for my patients. I've seen this amongst this community a lot. And I'm sure you have too. Let's say somebody you know falls sick, not seriously sick, just a cold or a cough. Happens all the time, isn't it? In your neighborhood, there is a doctor. Now, the doctor need not be a very good doctor, or it could also be that the doctor is very fantastic. Whatever, there's a doctor in your neighborhood who that person has been going to all their lives. All right? Now, that person will want to go to that doctor. Why? Because they have built their faith in that doctor. That when I go to that doctor, with no matter what my ailment, I will get better. So this person goes to the doctor and tells of their complaints and says, Doctor, when you give me an injection, I will get better. I know, because you understand whatever is wrong with me. This happens all the time, isn't it? Now, the doctor is in a dilemma. The patient has a very mild problem, probably does not require any kind of medication or even an injection, but is forced to, is compelled to. And so the doctor says, all right, if that is the case, I will give you an injection. And the doctor gives an injection of distilled water. Very painful injection, mind you. Okay, try it out. Rather, don't try it out. Just take my word for it. The patient gets better. Next morning, all fever, cold, symptoms, everything is gone. What happened here? What made that patient better? Any ideas? Are you all imagining the water injection? Can anybody share in the chat? Yes. The belief that person had in that doctor made them better, because there is no way on earth that water can cure a fever or a cold. We all know that, isn't it? This particular thing is called placebo. And in fact, it is such a strong component of medical science now that whenever a new medication, let it be a tablet, let it be an injection or a vaccine, whatever it is, they first test it on a placebo group. And only when the result is more than in a placebo group is that injection or vaccine or tablet allowed to be produced for the general public. Understood? That is the importance of our belief. Now, the opposite is also true. That is called nocebo. And in that, what happens is, if a person falls sick and they believe that no matter what treatment they get, they will not get better, then it doesn't matter who is the doctor. It could be the best doctor on earth, the biggest expert trying to treat that patient will not get better. You see that? A belief that can heal you and a belief that can possibly kill you. That is the importance and the power of our beliefs. You know, they can heal us and they can kill us. So then why are we talking about beliefs here? My friends, the most powerful law in the universe, the law of attraction, responds to our beliefs. We create our reality, we create our experiences from the beliefs that we hold within ourselves. And that is why our beliefs are important to us, because we are creating each and every experience, each and every part of our reality through our beliefs. It's the blueprint, the foundation of our life. Now, I know the next question would be, how do we know if we have limiting beliefs? Well, this is something you can do. Look at each area of your life: finances, your health, your relationships, your general well being situation. And if any area, in any of these areas, if you are not living the life of the optimal life that you would like to live, well, then in that area of your life, there is most likely some limiting beliefs. Why do I say this? And mind you, I say this with great confidence. I say this because we are meant to live a life of abundance in every sphere of our life. We deserve a life of abundance in every sphere of our life. It is your birthright. So, if any area, in any area whatsoever, if you are not living a life of abundance, it means somewhere there is some limiting belief going on. Now, in our Law of Attraction Abundance workshop, we actually help you to isolate those beliefs and to encourage you to have different beliefs. Yes, we can change our beliefs. We can change them. After all, what is a belief? A belief is a repetitive thought. So, a belief that has not served you well all these years, well, if we can change our thoughts and learn to repeat them enough, we can change our belief. And we can do this in this present moment. In fact, that is how we go about it. We don't need to go back all the way to our childhood and think, who told me this? Why did they teach me that? That person is not right. They taught me all wrong things. No, we don't need to do that. We need to just bring it to this moment and say, in this moment, I can change these beliefs. And that is very empowering to know. All right. One of the most powerful tools to change our beliefs are affirmations. Now, in the early part of our Midweek Magic Club, we talked a lot about affirmations. And affirmations are those powerful, positive statements that we say and write and with a lot of emotion and feeling. All right. And that is a methodology by which we introduce and incorporate beautiful, positive beliefs where maybe we had negative, disempowering beliefs. All right. So now I have some homework for all of you. Y'all are ready to get your homework assignment? Yes or no? I know nobody likes homework, but I hope. Good. Wonderful, wonderful. Y'all are fantastic students. Superb. This is your homework. And I would like you to do this sincerely because you owe it to yourself. I want you, in your quiet time, to just think of every area of your life. Think of your finances, think of your health, think of your relationships, think of your work, think of your general day-to-day life. And if in any area there is some kind of, should I say, lack, you're not living the life you'd like to in that area, write it down. Just write it down. You don't have to be very explicit about it. And over the next few days, get onto our WhatsApp group. Shaz is going to share that link with you in the chat today. Get onto that and just jot it down. Yes, I feel I have limiting beliefs in this area, and I'd love to learn how to change them. We'd love to hear back from you. We'd love to enroll you in our workshop. We'd love to change them along with you, all right? Because each one of you deserves a life of their dreams, all right? That's part one of the homework. Part two, okay? I'm a very strict teacher, so I don't give easy homework to everybody, all right? This is what you have to do. Whatever area you find that your beliefs are limiting, take a piece of paper, just a blank sheet of paper. And in the middle of that sheet, you write down whatever area it is. For example, If you think your finances should be improved, write in the middle of the paper, money. If you think it's your health, write down health, so on and so forth, whatever it may be. Now, without thinking too much, without analyzing too much, all around that circle in the middle, just jot down what are your current beliefs on that subject. It can be anything. Just be honest with yourself. All right. This will help you to see what are your current beliefs and what needs to be changed. Okay. Now, that's the end of the homework. Enough. I know if I give you too much, you won't come back next week, right? So we'd love to see you back next week. Of course, we'd love to see your answers in the chat. No, we are all friends here, so that this is a safe place for us to share. I reassure each one of you. All right. Now, I hope you all have learned something new today. If you have learned something new, please share it in the chat. Has anybody learned something new? After this, we'll be opening out to questions. Wonderful, wonderful. Shaz? Millie, Anu, anybody else would like to say something? Have you all learned something? Fabulous, fabulous. I'm so happy. With that, I bring my little talk to an end, and I'm glad that I could help you in some way. We open this out to questions. Shaz, would you like to moderate?
Yes, I would like to thank you very much, Anila, for this informative session, and
Thank
definitely
you.
I also got to learn something new from your talk. Okay, and hope everybody enjoyed the session. So let's give a small round of applause to Dr. Anila. Let's all unmute ourselves and clap.
Thank you.
Right, thank you very much. Great. So now let's mute ourselves and let's take another 10 to 15 minutes for question answers. So anybody who has any question related to belief system or to thoughts or to law of attraction, kindly put your question in chat or you can unmute and speak. Just please go ahead. Please unmute yourself and speak.
Shall I ask a question, please?
Yeah.
Vijay this side.
Yes, Vijay, please.
Shaz, whatever Dr. Anila said, it got to be right. But why do we really form these kind of limiting beliefs? Is it because we hear others? Is it because of certain instances which happen with us in our life, and we somehow get stuck with them? Why should they happen really?
Yes, the answer was given in the session itself. However, Anila, I would like you to explain it more in detail. It's right, starts right from our childhood, and how does it start? Dr. Anila would be telling us.
Yes. Right in the beginning, I said that when we are very, very young, our mind is like a clean slate. And in the initial years of our life, that is when we pick up all sorts of thoughts and beliefs, anything that is put there by people of influence. Now, at that age, everybody is of influence, right? But the ones that are most influential upon us are our parents, our siblings, our caretakers, our grandparents, our teachers, religious teachers, media, movies. Anything around us is just going in, and we're like sponges taking it all in. Now, obviously, a lot of things get repeated again and again and again. For example, let me tell you, you must have heard your parents or somebody say, money does not grow on trees, right? Now, that is a thought that keeps going in again and again and again in different forms. Money does not grow on trees. You have to work very hard for money, study hard, and then you can earn money. You have to work very hard, etc., etc. So now, when these repetitive thoughts go inside, they go and get embedded in our memory. Our memory is our subconscious mind. And our mind has that habit of looking for proof of that. All right. So that is how they get embedded within us, and then accordingly, we view the world with that lens thereafter.
Uh,
So,
I, I'm
yes,
sorry, I would like to interrupt here. The
sure.
example which you gave, that, like sometimes parents say that the money doesn't grow on the trees, maybe to give an idea or a thought to the child that, money is difficult to come, right? It's basically trying to say that you shouldn't just be throwing away money. You should be having a better utility of the money.
I'm
So,
sure.
so,
Yes.
so, so basically, by giving that message, they are actually giving another message that, look, you really have to learn how to earn money and how to spend money. So that could not be a limiting belief. That could be some kind of a guide probably for the child as he grows. Number one. Number two, I agree that when the child is young, his mind is like a sponge and he absorbs whatever comes in because he doesn't probably question at that time. But let me tell you, these days, the children are also so curious that they don't stop by just listening to their parents or to their friends. They like to put the question right then and there: Daddy, why is this? Why should it be like this? Why should it not be something else? I want your comment on that, please,
You
if
are
it is there.
absolutely correct. Now, whoever is influencing the child is also speaking from their own belief system, isn't it? Right? So there is no right or wrong here. What our parents are teaching us, they're also teaching us from what they have been taught, what beliefs they have carried all their life. Now, when a belief does not serve you, that is when it's called a limiting belief. So it may serve that child very well to understand that yes, money does not grow on trees, and that can become a very empowering belief for that particular person. But for another child or for another person, that can be a disempowering one. All right. So
Right. Yeah, it could be
that
different
is
for
it.
different
All
people.
right.
Yes, I
So
agree.
there's no judgment about what the belief is and even who is influencing the child. After all, they are coming from their own area of understanding and belief. All right.
Yeah, I agree with you. Thank you.
Fabulous.
Thank you very much, Dr. Anila. In fact, I also feel that belief, the teachings can be same uh, for the siblings. However, there can be one sibling who becomes successful and another sibling who becomes failure. So it also
Absolutely.
depends in the interpretation of the teachings by the parents or by the people around you. So belief systems are formed by the people who are teaching you as well as your interpretation of how you're taking those beliefs. Okay,
Yes.
and now we have another question from Mr. Ashok Srivastav. How can a deep-rooted belief be changed? That's important. Please go ahead and teach us how
All
to change
right.
them.
All right. As I
And there's
said,
an extension to this question. Can it be changed at any age?
right. That's an amazing question. And in fact, I touched upon this right at the end of the talk. First, to answer the second part of that question, yes, you can change your belief at any age. Now, let me be very clear. It is not easy, or should I say, it's not always possible to erase old beliefs. All right, we may not be able to erase them completely because it is actually, to tell you the truth, it's a neural thing. When particular beliefs are there in our brain, a whole set of neurons fires together, a pathway of neurons fires together, and nerve cells are neurons. And when they fire together, the ones that are wired together fire together. There's a whole bunch of emotion, etc., that is involved. However, having said that, we can introduce a new belief. It will take work, of course. 21 days is what we say to form new habits, new thoughts, new beliefs. All right. So, yes, it is possible at any age to change a belief. You should be determined enough to want it. All right. How do we do it? Now, for one thing, let me tell you, and I think we all understand, having at least a basic understanding of the law of attraction. What we focus on becomes bigger in our life. So the more we focus on a negative belief, the more strong, the more, the more deep rooted it will become. So that's why I'm going to ask you only to touch upon those areas in which you think your life is not going well. Don't need to get into the nitty-gritties of it. And very quickly, we have to shift those beliefs. And the way to do that is, as I said, a very powerful way is through affirmations. Creating very positive, very personal statements about how you want your life to be. And it's not enough to just say that. You must say it with tremendous emotion, again and again and again, repetitively. All right, embedded, especially after meditation, just before going to sleep, early in the morning, as you're going to sleep at night. These are the times when your mind is open for suggestion. And that is the way you can change beliefs, no matter how deep rooted or superficially rooted, that's not important. All right, so don't even worry about where it's rooted. Just say, hey, I can change it, and go ahead and do it. It's all possible. I hope that answers your question.
Ashokji, please speak out. Does it answer your question?
Yes, madam. Thank you very much. But
Wonderful.
All right.
we
I
have
can
heard
see a
that
comment.
Hello.
old habits die very hard. So that means with the same process, we can get rid of our old habits which are not desirable for our growth.
Ashokji, the very fact that you are saying old habits die hard, that itself is a belief.
Pardon?
The very fact that you're saying old habits die hard is a belief that you hold. We can also say out with the old, in with the new.
Okay, okay. Thank you,
All
madam.
right, just putting it in a more a lighter way. But really, we can examine what we say. Our words often reflect what our thoughts are inside our head. All right,
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
you're most welcome.
Right. Very well said, Anila. Out with the old, in with the new. That's the
Yep,
new positive belief I've formed right now, and it'll help me out
fabulous,
for sure. Yeah.
fabulous.
Jaspreet, yes, you can go ahead with the question.
हेलो हेलो
Hello, Jaspreet.
हेलो मैम आपसे ये पूछना चाहता हूँ मैं कि
बोलिए.
जो बिलीफ सिस्टम है जैसे मेरी एज है 26 साल है ठीक है 26 का हो गया हूँ मैं ठीक है तो ऐसा है कि मैंने अपनी जन्म से लेके आज तक मैंने मनी के रिलेटेड यही सुना है कि ये हार्ड है ये मिल ही नहीं सकती हम लोग गरीब ही रहेंगे तो मैं जब भी सोचता हूँ कि मैं अमीर होऊंगा को मैं पैसे को अट्रैक्ट करूंगा मनी के लिए मैं पॉजिटिव बिलीव रहूंगा तो बन ही नहीं पाता है तो इतने ज्यादा नेगेटिव थॉट आ जाते हैं इतना पक्का थॉट है कि वो छोड़ ही नहीं पाता इतनी नेगेटिव सोसाइटी है कि हम लोग गरीब ही रहेंगे हम लोग तो ऐसे ही रहेंगे पैसा तो आएगा ही नहीं फाइनेंशियल कंडीशन तो सही होगी ही नहीं
अच्छा, अच्छा.
तो हाउ टू गेट अ फाइनेंशियली गुड तो हाउ टू अट्रैक्ट अ मनी
ठीक है. सबसे पहले तो मैं सोचती हूँ आप समझ गए हैं कि आपके मनी के एरिया में आपके काफी ज्यादा नेगेटिव बिलीफ्स हैं. ठीक है. अब
यस
ये बताइए आप इसको चेंज करना चाहते हैं कि नहीं?
definitely I want to change
तो
I definitely
ठीक है.
I want financial freedom in my life and want
Fabulous.
financial freedom of health I want
All right.
but
So
I could not
एक
success
ओके,
yes
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आपने ये अपने दिमाग से निकाल देना है कि आई कैन नॉट सक्सीड इन दिस. आप जरूर सक्सीड कर सकते हैं. अंदर से यू हैव टू हैव अ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग इंटेंशन. मुझे ये चीज चेंज करनी है और मैं चेंज करके ही रहूंगा. स्टार्ट देयर. ठीक है, वहां पे स्टार्ट कीजिएगा. और
ठीक है मैम
जो जो चीजें आप अपनी जिंदगी में देखना चाहते हैं उनकी आप लिस्ट बनाना शुरू कीजिएगा.
ठीक है मैम
और एक और चीज कीजिए. आई थिंक आपका जो प्रॉब्लम है और भी ज्यादा डिटेल में हम इस सेशन के बाद में पर्सनली बात कर सकते हैं.
ठीक है मैम
मगर मैं आपको यकीन दिलाना चाहती हूँ, एंड फॉर दैट मैटर एवरीबॉडी इन द ग्रुप, देयर इज नथिंग वी कैन नॉट चेंज. Absolutely nothing. You are powerful creators. It does not matter what you have created up to now. We all create all sorts of things. If we can create negative things, imagine what are the positive things you can create. So don't worry. If you have created something negative, you can create positive also. And that can start now. All right. So for more personal thing, we will take it after the session personally. But I promise you all, everything is in your hands. You can change anything you want. Just breathe बाद में
Okay.
मिलेंगे.
Okay, ma'am. ठीक है.
Thank you very much, Dr. Anila. In fact, that is the reason why we have specially designed our Law of Attraction Money Workshop. And that's the next step after the Law of Attraction Abundance Workshop, where we change all your negative belief systems about the money. And I'm sure a lot of people have got benefited who are there in this session also from the Law of Attraction Money Workshop, who have attracted abundance in their life. So there's nothing like lack in our world. It's all are in our thoughts, it's all are in our belief system. God is equal to all. God has given everything to everyone. It's about us what we want to pick and choose. If we want to pick poverty, we can pick poverty. If we want to pick richness, we can pick richness. And there's so much there. And there's we our life is actually limited, so we can pick up limited things because we have limited life, but does not mean that we cannot pick up other things. So, and we will definitely discuss a lot more in detail in our Law of Attraction Abundance Workshop and Law of Attraction Money Workshop. So all of you, those who have not done the workshop, this is one of the workshops you should actually do in your life, one of the most important workshops. I would be pasting the link here, so anybody who wants to register for Abundance Workshop can definitely do it. We would have this workshop this month, in the month of October. Please go ahead with another question. Here's the registration link for Law of Attraction Abundance Workshop. Those who want to go ahead, it's at a very discounted price, and we have done this discount specially for you guys. Please take this opportunity to avail this discount.
We have people on this group who have actually attended the Law of Attraction Abundance workshop. For somebody like, I think, would you like to speak up and say what was your experience in this? Anybody who has already attended this workshop?
If no one is talking, I'll talk like always.
Thank you, Julie.
So, for the benefit of everybody here who has not yet attended the workshop, I will highly, highly, highly recommend it. I would rather urge you, um, plead you to please attend the workshop because these are life changing workshops. Rather, I cannot wait to share my own experience, and I think the experience is coming anytime pretty soon. And that's all
And
because
that's
of
all because of
the workshop
the workshop
that I have attended.
that I have attended.
I have attended the abundance workshop, the health workshop, and the money workshop, and all of these have worked brilliantly for me.
Brilliantly for me.
So please,
So
please, please go
please,
ahead, please
please go
register.
ahead. Please register.
There is nothing like
There is
this.
nothing
You are
like
not
this.
going to come
You are
across
not going to
anything
come
like this
across
again in your
anything like
life.
this again in your life.
And the trainers are brilliant. They're going to give you so much of your time, so much of their time. They are still, I have attended the workshop. I'm still attending all these so many free sessions every week. So any problem that you have, any clarity that you seek, they're going to answer. They're going to they're going to be there as your guide. Trust them blindly and jump into it. It's a lifetime opportunity. Do it now.
Thank you, Juhi, for your kind
Thank you.
words. Thank you. Kanya, you were trying to speak.
Yes, I was. I don't know if there is a problem with my audio. Yeah, I wanted to echo Juhi's words here. I've had the opportunity to attend the Law of Abundance workshop quite some time ago, but then, all of the concepts are still new and still fresh in my mind. I still remember all of it. And, they have extremely worked really well in my life as well. It's amazing. I think I had an aha moment and a life-changing moment the minute I finished the workshop. I still remember it, and have been using the concept since. I've also attended the Law of Money, the money workshop as well, and it's equally brilliant. So all the thoughts, or any limiting thought that you could have with respect to money, with respect to your life, with respect to how you perceive things, all of that gets answered in these workshops. And there are beautiful meditations which we can even use, in our day-to-day life, which really is life-changing as well. So I highly recommend, if anyone's not attended any of these workshops, to please go ahead. I'm yet to attend the health one. Somehow I missed that at the time it was done, but I will do so for sure the next time it's there.
Thank you, Kanya. Thank you so much. Right.
Thank you very much, Juhi and Kanya, for your nice feedback. And I'm sure people who have attended the workshop have definitely got benefited through it. And that's what we do by our heart, and we are good at. So we have been taking these workshops for last 15 years now, and that's what we are best at. So one thing I can assure you is that you would be in the right hands. We have very nice and seasoned and trainers who have actually implemented these concepts in their own lives, and then only they take it in the workshops. We have a serious and important protocol here that anything which you have not experienced in your life, you are not supposed to teach in the workshop. So this is how serious we are for the workshop and for changing your life towards positivity. Okay. So thank you very much for being a part of the session. Uh, the link for the Law of Attraction Abundance workshop is there. So anybody who would like to go ahead with this, please do go ahead. If you have any questions related to workshop or related to today's session, we'll be more than happy to answer them for you.
Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Shaz, just a question.
Okay.
What are the dates for the Law of Attraction Abundance workshop?
Law of Attraction Abundance Workshop, it would be this month. However, we have not yet decided on the dates. So most likely it would be on 31st of October and 1st of November. So
Okay.
that would be Saturday, Sunday, and most likely towards the second half of the day.
Okay.
So, so these are the dates. And these are tentative dates. So we will discuss and we'll confirm those dates in the group chat.
But it's
Okay.
usually over the weekend?
It's usually over the weekend, yes. In case if you are not available on the weekend, you can let me know, because we have a couple of participants who have requested for the workshop not on the weekends but only on the weekdays. So we can merge you with that specific batch.
No, weekend works for me, so which is why I was just checking.
Weekend
Okay,
works for you.
thanks.
All right.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
Fantastic.
Any other questions? All right, so we do come to an end of this session. Thanks a lot, everyone, for taking out time, especially on the Wednesday, and joining us. And hope all of you learned something new, and the session was beneficial for each one of you. Dr. Anila, any words, last words from your side?
Thank you, each and every one of you. And continue to come to these Wednesday sessions. There are loads of fun and lots of new things to learn every time. See you again next week.
Thank you, Shaz. Thank you, Dr.
Very
Neela.
much welcome.
Thank
Good
you.
session.
Thank you, Shaz.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Mr. Balram Kundeka, would you like to speak a few words?
See, the session was really fantastic. Two words I'd like to say: whatever the beliefs are made by our constant thinking. It is a thermostat, what we are going to achieve in our life. See, if we describe the entire mind power, it can be written in three words: ask, believe, and receive. And unless we believe in our life in any area, we get only what we believe in. So this is a fantastic session. I also have been attending these sessions of this Rapidmile for the last 8 years. And I've seen that all the time they come up with the new things, the most, you can say, convincing things they put in your mind, but this half an hour is not sufficing or sufficient to change or have the faith what we teach in this seminar. For that, you must give your time to attend the full-fledged workshops in this, so that you can really get into the benefit of it and change your life. I would like to say the thought, suppose it's a rocket. Belief is the propellant which takes your rocket to the destination, to the stars or whatever it is. So such is the importance of the beliefs.
All right. Thank you very
Thank you,
much,
Balram.
Balram sir, for this analogy of thoughts, rocket, and belief. That's really interesting. So we come to an end of the session. Next Wednesday session would be taken up by me, and the topic would be taking 100% responsibility. Okay, so that would be next week's topic, and it would be really interesting. So be there on next Wednesday. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
One thing I like to say to all of you, Mr. Shaz is our trainer. All of the trainers over here are trained under him. You're going to listen the first time, and even I am very much eager to listen him. So please, everybody, next time be present and avail the opportunity of having all these wonderful sessions coming up one after the other. Thank you.
Thank, thank you very much for the kind words.
Thank you and good
Thank
night,
you, everyone.
everybody.
Good
Thank
night.
you. Thank you, Anila. Thank you, Shaz.
Thank you,
Thank you
Juhi,
so
so
much.
Thank you,
much
Thank
as
you
ma'am.
so much
always.
Thank you,
for
sir.
being
Sir.
so
Thank you,
patient.
Bram.